Okay. Hello, everyone, and this very warm welcome to Glad Technology monthly Tech Talk. And my name is Zach Omsugu, and I'm the Director of Operation at Glad Kenya. And it's my honor to be your moderator today, whether you're joining us within Kenya or outside Kenya, also across the continent or from anywhere else in the world. We are also glad you are here. For those who are new, the Glad Monthly Tech Talk is a space we have created to bridge the gap between the technology and real world impact across Africa. And every month we bring together brilliant minds, have honest and practical conversations about how technology can move the needle for entrepreneurs, innovators, and change makers right here on the continent. And tonight is no different. In fact, I argue tonight might just be one of the most relevant conversation yet. We are living in the moments where artificial intelligence is no longer a buzzword reserved for maybe the Silicon Valley in California and is here with us. So it's reshaping how businesses are being started, how markets are reached, and also how problems are being solved compared to some years back and how things are were being done. So, and this is the exciting part. You don't need any technical background for today Tech Talk, and that's exactly what tonight is all about: AI for business and entrepreneurship in Africa. If you are like, I didn't get much maybe on our posters and all that, and then by the end of this session that we are having, we'll walk you through the practical, ready-to-use AI tools that you can plug into your business's idea, starting from immediately after this session. So before you dive in, there's a couple of quick things from the house. So if you missed the previous sessions, we got you covered actually. So we have growing the library of recordings from the past Tech Talk. We started last year on November, a wide range of topics, and trust me, there is something there for everyone. So from we did vibe coding, we have done a lot, especially related on AI. And if you missed part of it, you are encouraged to go to our YouTube channel. I know it's still small, something that we just created and is still growing. We welcome you all during your own time to go and check like what is there for you in that basket. So also, this community is built by you and also for you. Is there also just as this conversation continues, before I invite the speaker of today, in our chat, feel free to share some of the topics that you feel need to be covered. Maybe there's something that you are missing and you have been thinking about it, like, okay, can we cover this topic? I think this is also the chat. This is a chance for you like to share it, and then we'll review it later. And then it might be the next Tech Talk that we'll be having. So we encourage all of you to engage in our chats as the meeting continues, to share some of the topics that we'll able to cover in the next session. Now, before I bring our speaker, I want also to take a moment to acknowledge all of you for showing up today. And I know we are sorry for what happened. We had small technical issues on bringing in people, and we are ready to solve the issue with us. Our curiosity and commitment to growth is what makes this community special. And please feel free to engage in the chat, ask questions, and connect with each other. And that's what this space for. So now, as we welcome our speaker for today, it's now like my greatest pleasure actually to welcome our speaker for this evening, those who are in Kenya. And it's a graduate information. It's a graduate. Let me just talk something about for those who are joining. He'll be telling us much about himself, but I'll just need to give just a headshot on who's the speaker of today before we begin. So he's a graduate in information technology from JKUAT and hold a specialization in AI and data science from USIU. He's also an artificial intelligence enthusiast and a builder and the founder of TiqitiHUB. So a digital ticketing and event management platform that is solving real problems for real events organizers across the region. And is also a developer of AI powered systems, which means everything is going to share tonight comes not just from theory, but from the hand-on experience from the hands-on experience building with these tools. So I also still continue to wait for Mr. Paul to be ready. Also, just mentioning some of the parts that I didn't mention about the GLAD technology. So GLAD basically is an organization here in Kenya, which are working on the building the youths and helping those, especially in the communities. Because currently, actually, we have a very big, huge gap compared, especially in the technology, especially those in the rural, those in the urban. So we are in like trying to bridge the gap that is there, and also making sure the skills are available to our youths. Because currently, where we are, everything like technology is growing faster, and it's our responsibility also to make sure like we are reaching more people, and for them to cope up with the current situation that we are in. So for more information also, you will visit our website, that's gladtech.org, and you'll be able to review and check out some of the works that we are doing. And at the same time, the GLAD technology, apart from like teachings that we are doing, we also do digital services. We also have another platform called GLAD Digital Services. We help like young businesses, even individuals. If you need like a website need to be developed, we have a very good team that also does that. We also do the SEO work in and many other tech fields. So, Mr. Paul, you just notify me immediately when you are ready, and I'll let you in, and then you start.
Thank you, Zach. I'm very much ready.
Okay, thank you. Welcome.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, everyone. Hope we are all fine, eh? Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, give me a thumbs up. Nice, wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So you will allow me not to open my camera. I'll just, since my image is there, you can relate with my face, guys. So feel free, okay? So I want today's session to be very interactive. We know you guys, we are in a season of World Cup, eh? If you're watching World Cup, give me a thumbs up. Nice, wonderful. Which team are you supporting? You can write there in the comment, or even you can actually unmute yourself. Which team are you rooting for this World Cup? You can write in the comment. You can. Yes.
Mine is not playing today. I'm rooting for France, but it's not playing today.
Nice. You're rooting for France. Thank you, Sylvia. Anyone else? Portugal. Dorcas is saying she's rooting for Portugal. Nice. Wonderful. Wonderful. So for those who go to 8 to 5, have you been disciplined in watching the World Cup and also showing up at work? How have you guys been managing? Argentina. Joseph is saying Argentina. Wonderful. So it's a nice time to to have a World Cup after every 4 years. Yeah. And I'm so happy that tonight we've converged here. And today, basically, what we are going to be discussing is AI for business in Africa. My name is Paul Mbatia. I'm the founder of TiqitiHUB and a co-founder of Literally Lens Show. And yes, just a minute. Let me. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes, we can see your screen.
Okay. So basically today, what we are going to be looking at, AI for Africa business and entrepreneurship in Africa. So basically today's session will be a practical playbook for entrepreneurs, professional innovators, and even those people who don't have a tech background, because AI is already here. So let me start by asking a question. Anyone who has a side hustle or any business idea, or maybe you're currently in a business setup or you have your own business? Anyone? You can give me a thumbs up. You can comment there in the comment section. Yes, Samuel, Dorcas, we have Sylvia. Yeah. I would like to know, which kind of business are you guys operating? Or if you have an idea, which idea do you have? Dorcas. I've seen Dorcas. I've seen Samuel. Okay.
Good evening.
Good evening, Samuel Mbatia. Actually, Samuel Mbatia is my namesake. You're called like me.
Yeah.
Yes, Samuel, welcome.
Yeah. So I'm in the I would say automotive industry.
Yes.
Spare parts. Grogan area. Where I can see there's a lot of, maybe the operations are a bit okay. I'll call it manual, and they have not really like embraced technology.
Okay.
And it's very, if you know that business, it's very like it's a big thing. And
Yes.
there's that gap that exists. So I have some ideas of bringing those AI things to those businesses or something.
Nice, interesting, wonderful. Are you currently using AI in what you're doing?
Okay, I'm using AI. I have installed several agents. I'm vibe coding several apps.
Nice,
But
wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I'm so excited that you guys are already using these tools. It is so wonderful. So there is this fear that we have that AI will take people's jobs. I'm a staunch believer that AI will not take more jobs than it will create, because with AI, it has come with a lot of opportunities. And we know the end goal for these emerging companies, their end goal is to develop an AGI, where we have an AI that is so super smart that its intelligence equates to the most intelligent human who has ever existed. But what I know is that AI will create a lot of opportunities, and the people who are going to be kicked out from jobs, they are those people who are not going to be using AI. So before we reach that level where we are going to be using AGI, there's something we call the human in the loop. So also these AI tools that we have that are currently existing, they need a human being to be in the loop for it to execute. You see? So the learning objective of this session is that by the end of this session, you'll understand where AI creates real value for African businesses. Also, you'll be able to learn the AI business levers framework that you can apply in your day-to-day errands as far as business is concerned. And also, we will see the real Kenyan and an Pan-African case study of which AI is in action. And by the end of the day, you will walk away with a stack of free tools and that you can incorporate within 1 week or even 1 month or whichever time frame that you choose to implement. Now that we are focusing on Africa, we need to understand that Africa has the youngest, largest population in the world. We are talking about Africa has 1.4 billion people, youngest workforce, and also mobile users, and adoption of the internet has really skyrocketed in Africa. For example, a founder in Kisumu can now weld the same AI tool as someone in South Africa, Johannesburg, twice a Johannesburg company, which is twice its size. So that is how powerful AI is. You can have a small business, like my good friend here, Paul Mbatia, who is working at Grogon, who has a business. Your business can be small, but you're competing with an auto spare big company where you've already leveraged on AI. You've built your own agent. One agent can act as a human resource. Another agent can act as a marketer. And another agent can act as your accountant. And they all work cooperating together as if you are competing with already a company that is existing, maybe even has employees. We are talking of thousands of employees, like 2,000 and such. Now, why am I saying that AI for Africa is very important? Because when you see, it is projected that the internet users by 2030 will have 1 billion internet users from Africa. Now, in Africa alone, we have 2,000 plus African languages and dialects. That means if we can build AIs that speak in our local languages, that is an untapped market. And as we proceed, we will see one of our very own, Raphael Kamau, who has started this in Kenya. As we continue, we are going to see that. So let's look at AI first versus AI augmented. When we talk of AI first, we are talking of AI as a tool. For example, AI as a Twitter, AI as a customer service. It can act as a let's say if it's a chatbot that can be answering an FAQ, frequent asked question, on a certain company, that we categorize it as AI first. You see? And then now we have AI augmented. AI augmented is where basically you incorporate AI into your business. For example, for those who are using WhatsApp business, like for example, if you sell clothes, and you can create an AI agent that can be responding to people whenever they reach out to you through your WhatsApp business. So as you can see here, AI augmented makes your business punch above its weight. For example, an AI Nairobi bakery using AI for Instagram, WhatsApp chatbot, and weekly sales for forecasting, and same bakery 10 times the leverage. So you need to understand, for those who are going to be using AI first, those are techies, where you have to build a model. You see, for example, if you want a model that is going to be handling, like Zach has said, they create websites, and all these websites, they have admin side, where the admin has to log in to the admin panel and execute a few things so that the client can receive a feedback. So they can create an AI agent which handles that, instead of an individual, an admin, a literal human being going on the admin side and logging in. It is an AI agent that goes and execute. Are we guys following? Good. Now we are going to look at the frameworks, the 5 AI business levers. And the lever number 1 is find customer, find customers. Lever number 2 is serve customers. And lever number 3, make and deliver. Number 4, run operations. Number 5, grow and fundraiser. Every business, from a tailor in Mombasa to a fintech in Lagos, pull at least one of these levers daily into their businesses. Now, for lever number 1, finding customer. For example, you can have an AI-powered market research, daily content written in minutes, hyper-personalized WhatsApp and email outreach, SEO optimization, stack. Here you need to use GPT and Canva AI. So in this case, we are talking of, like the one for finding customer, we are speaking of an AI agent. This AI agent, the workflow automates the market research. It also pulls the daily content and maybe post on your Instagram, you see? And then personalized WhatsApp, where maybe your WhatsApp is, this agent replies to people and also sends email and also can customize your search engine optimization for your web so that it can increase your visibility on the internet when someone is Googling. For example, if you're dealing, let's say, with let's say your business revolves around selling clothes in Kenya or Nairobi, Kenya. There are a lot of people who sell clothes in Nairobi, Kenya. So you want to create an SEO where when someone searches, Google rates you number 1. So you can use an AI agent to be doing that, okay? So we go to lever number 2, serving customers. As we all know, as human beings, we cannot be up and running 24 hours. We need time to rest. And it's always recommended you should sleep 8 hours. So if you are sleeping 8 hours and you have 24 hours in a day, that means the remaining hours, the time you are sleeping, if you're a business person, it's like you're losing 8 hours of business. So you can have an AI, because especially if you're dealing with international clients where the time varies. Someone is in the UK, someone else is in Canada, India, and like that. Your business should be operating 24/7, and you can have AI agents, or rather chatbots, that can answer, for example, frequent asked questions. They can track orders, they can handle complaints, they can recommend products and such. The best tools to use is Chatbase plus Tidio on WhatsApp. So we go to level number 3, where we make and deliver. For example, an AI which helps to write report, design logos, generate code, produce video script, and training material. In this context, you can use Claude AI, you can use Canva, you can use Gamma AI. Gamma is very good for writing reports, pitching decks. Claude is good for creating, for example, applications. It's also very good for writing proposals and etc. When we go to running operations, automating scheduling, we are talking of invoicing, we are talking of data entry, human resource onboarding, weekly reports, and all this will save you time. And every time that is saved, it's going to increase revenue. We are talking of an AI agent that you can create using N8N. You can also combine that using Notion AI. And I hope you guys are going to leverage on this. If you've never interacted with these tools, you take time and look them up and interact with them. So lever number 5, growth and fundraiser. Now this one is AI for investors research, grants, writing, pitching decks, competitive analysis, and strategic planning. You can use actually Claude, you can use Gamma to do this. We're going to look at some of the toolkits. For writing, for business use case, for writing and strategy and market, ChatGPT is very good, and Claude AI. All these tools, they have premium version and they have a free tier. So for branding, if you want to brand your business, Canva AI is very good. You can use Canva to write social content decks, brand designs. Gamma AI is very good for pitch decks when you want to write something to pitch. And Tedio Chatbase is good for WhatsApp and websites which have WhatsApp integration. When you click, you just need a response. Tedio Chatbase is very good. Notion AI for business planning, SOPs, knowledge base, very good. Also, NA10 is very good, plus make.com for automating workflows like invoice, follow-ups, post, and such. And when we look at Lelapa AI, which is Swahili and African language, this is an AI. You can actually get this API if your system, for example, needs to communicate to clients using the local language. Lepa AI is very good. It's built in Africa and for Africa. If you're following, give me a thumbs up. Which of these tools have you interacted with? You can write something there in the comment. You can write down there the tool that you've interacted with. Dorcas, she's saying she has interacted with Canva, GPT, Claude, Zach, and Sylvia, and Samuel, and the rest. Amongst those tools, which one have you guys interacted with? GOT. Mbogo says GOT. What we have got AI. Ama it's Grok. I think maybe he meant to say Grok. Nice. Oh, GPT. Nice, wonderful. Claude AI, Humphrey, Claude, nice. Macom. Okay, good. Wonderful. So let's look at the African AI ecosystem. Osman is saying, I've interacted with Canva and Gemini. Nice, wonderful. So let's continue. So when you look at the African AI ecosystem, we have Andela, which is a global talent platform. We have Flatwave, which is a payment intelligence. We have Mfama, which is a pharmacy supply chain. And all these products are built in Africa for Africans. We have Zindi for data science community. We have that Lepa AI, which is for African local languages. And we have Twiga Foods for agriculture supply chain. So there is a lot of opportunities when you're building your systems, your websites, for those who are builders. If you can integrate M-Pesa, MTN, Momo, and Airtel Money, it gives you a competitive edge where you have multi-payments in your system. Because you find, for us who are in East Africa, most of the systems we are building, we are only integrating with M-Pesa. If you have a client who wants to buy a product and is in Nigeria, they cannot pay using M-Pesa. But if you've integrated MTN, that client can pay. Okay? So, so there is that gap. So we are going to look at case studies. Now, this is where we go now into practical, where we see now the real use case of AI in business. For example, we see Akinyi, an agribusiness, a small organic vegetable farm in Kisumu, selling to hotels and restaurants. The bottleneck is finding clients and inconsistent pricing, manual WhatsApp order. So what Akinyi does, she writes a professional capability statement product catalog using AI. It costs her nothing. It's because she's on a free tier. She creates a chat base which she trains on her pricing and product listing, where clients WhatsApp it and get instant replies. She also uses make.com. Every new WhatsApp order outlogged in sheet, invoice generated, follow-up schedules. So make.com handles that. So that is use case number one. Now, let me bring it closer to home. For example, there is this Kenyan, this guy here. This guy built using Lovable, a product that was shipped in the US. And by that product was able to be bought at $1 million. So he was able to make 119 million under 5 months because the product used Lovable on a free tier and he used 5 months to build that. If you see my presentation, I built this presentation using Lovable. So where you leverage AI instead of the traditional way of doing things where you go to Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, you start typing, you leverage on AI. So this guy here is a Kenyan. He's a Kenyan who built a product, and his product is called Shift Next AI. This Shift Next AI basically merges the nurses and the patients. So that is the gap, the problem that he solved. Another one is Raphael Kamau. He was shown the other day on Citizen on NTV. Raphael Kamau created Glide AI. He used web scraping because he didn't have enough data to train this AI that speaks in our local language. So his AI speaks in Kikuyu, in Luya, in Luo, in our local languages as Kenyans. And so these are real use case of AI in business. If you're following, give me a thumbs up. Nice, thank you guys. Now let me even bring it more closer to home. As you saw in my intro, I am a co-founder of the Literally Lens Show. The Literally Lens Show is a web application which serves clients who want their books reviewed, clients who want to buy merchandise from the LLM. And when I was designing the logo, this is what I normally do. When I'm thinking of designing a logo for a company or for a business, and this is the best approach according to me, I first sketch it down. And then once I sketch, I take a photo of my sketch. I put it to an AI tool like Midjourney. First, I put it to an AI tool like ChatGPT. And then I try and explain what I want. And then I tell it to generate for me. For this one, this is the prompt I used. Okay. So this is the prompt I used. And the output I got was this one. This one I created using Gemini. For Now, this is the power of these AI tools in business. This is another prompt. When I was writing a proposal, one of our proposal to a partner, a publisher who is a partner, the founder and myself, we sat down, we came up with everything we needed. And then this is the prompt where I give in my prompt. I know you guys, for those who started Glad Talks from the first day, you were taught about prompt engineering, as Zach has mentioned. And we also were taught about vibe coding and such. So in prompt engineering, like in this case, as you can see, I gave this one a role. Act as a highly experienced business proposal writer and a corporate branding specialist with many years of experience. Creating professional proposal for companies, media brands, and creative agencies. Your task is to rewrite and design the attached proposal. So we had already written, but we now want this proposal to be formal. So I attached, gave it the company name, the company website, and this is the entire prompt. So based on that prompt that I've just shared there, so this is the results I got. You see? And I'll be guiding us on how to write business proposals. Just hope time will be on our side. So this is what I was able to get based on the proposal we had already written. And so you can use AI to even write business proposals. Okay? Yeah, and basically that's it. So let me come back to so if you're still following, give me a thumbs up. Okay, good. All right. So that was the prompt, and that was the PDF, the proposal. Now let us look at the myths versus the reality that are out there in regards to the AI. People tend to think that AI is for tech startups only, where else in reality, AI is as relevant for a tailor in Mombasa as it is for someone in Silicon Valley or even a founder. Another myth that people have is that AI is too expensive for small businesses, where else the reality is the most powerful tools have free tires. Your bottleneck is skill, not a budget. So there is no excuse. Whether you have money or you don't have money, you can use these AI tools and you can have actually very great results. There's this other myth that AI will replace African jobs. In reality, AI will create more jobs than it will take for those who will learn to weld it. Another myth is that Africa is too far behind to benefit, where else in reality, Africa is a leapfrogged landline with mobile. AI is the next leapfrog in movement. As we know, in Africa, the large majority of African population is the youth. And the problem that we have in Africa is employment. Most countries, including our country, Kenya, we are talking of 60% of the youths are unemployed. And that is the same issue that is revolving in all other countries, most of the countries in Africa. So AI is an opportunity. AI comes with a lot of opportunities where people can build products, ship them even out there. People can create job for themselves. So as we continue, let's look at the opportunities and challenges. The opportunities we have in Africa is that now we have the same level field with Silicon Valley. The same kid here in Kenya who is using ChatGPT, it is the same GPT used by someone child in California. And as we said, in Africa, we have more than 2,000 languages. We need to create AI that can speak our local languages so that the social in rural area can use AI comfortably. Because the current large language models that we have, these old people cannot use them. And as we know, the data that was used to train those models sometimes makes us as Africa, sometimes you tend to, you try to search some things and it gives you some other things and it comes out as hallucination, which is not the case. It is because of the data that this model were trained. So this model comes out as bias. So that is an opportunity. As we've seen, Raphael Kamau, our very own from Kenya, has already started building an AI that is speaking in local language. I also saw in Rwanda, there is an AI that has been built that is speaking in Nyarwanda. And so this is an opportunity. If you can create a model that can speak an African language, that is a plus. And the diaspora people capital looking for AI bets. So if you come up with something unique and good and is solving an existing problem, there's a lot of funding. Now the challenges we have, it is power and connectivity reliability. As we know, like right now we have a challenge with creating our own data center here in Kenya, even after receiving a handshake with Microsoft. Our president, when he received a handshake with Microsoft to set up an AI data center here in Kenya, there was an issue of power. And that is something that is happening all over Africa. So we also have limited local language training data. We don't have enough data. And then we have also skill gap and AI literacy. And also we have the issue to do, another challenge is the issue to do with the trust. AI is still new to most of us, and therefore people are really finding it hard to trust AI. And also we are talking about data privacy and regulation gaps. For example, here in Kenya, the other day I saw there is a new law where if you have a system that is collecting, if you have a business that is collecting customers' data, you should register with the office of, I don't know, data collection or something. And failure to that, you get fined 5 million Kenya shillings. So that is another challenge. So this one is for anyone who'd want to get his or her hands dirty like immediately. You can get started with maybe, for example, day one, using Claude AI, Canva, and Gamma. You can combine the three. Maybe if you're building a poster or a catalog, you can decide to maybe come up with like automate a task using make.com. You can maybe decide to combine ChatGPT and Canva. These are things that you can actually do it in a day. It's only that I categorized it in maybe day one, day two, day three, like that. And yeah, you can pick these tools. So here are the resources and the links to these languages, like these resources. For example, Lepa AI. This is the link. I'm going to share this. I'm going to share this link so that you guys can access this presentation later on, so that you can interact with these links. You can look them up. So before we get into question and answers, Zach, how much time do I have left?
I think we started a little bit late. We started at 8:20. So we still have we usually have the first session, which is 1 hour, and then also we have 30 minutes question and answer. So we are still in the right track. I think we still have like around, maybe we'll extend it a little bit. We'll still have like around 30 minutes for us to end.
Okay, good. So so that's it for the theory part. I don't know whether you guys would want us to get our hands dirty. We do something practical, or we just dive into Q&As. I want us to have a business idea. I'm thinking of us having a business idea. I show you how you fine-tune a business idea using AI, and then you go right ahead and design a logo, and then you go ahead and design a proposal. Is that okay? If that's okay, you can give me a thumbs up. All right. So so I want you guys to unmute yourselves. You unmute yourselves, and you give me any idea. Give me any business idea that we can build a logo. We fine-tune the idea first, we build a logo, and then we do a proposal.
Let's do a car wash.
We do a car wash. So what's the idea? What is your idea?
So basically, let's say we want to start a car wash in an area called Kibongeni.
Kibongeni, okay.
We for the moment we do not have any logo. We just know that there are many cars within the area, but limited resources. So yeah, I think we can work around that.
Okay. Now, thank you, Dorcas. Anyone else with also another idea? Because I'm thinking of like us having an idea that is not really that clear. From Dorcas' idea, it's very clear. We want a car wash at a certain place called Kibongeni. So I want an idea that looks like it's vague, and then we now get a clarity, then build a logo, and then do a proposal. But if there is no any other idea, we can go with that one of a car wash. Anyone with something different? All right. So we can work with the one for car wash. Is that okay? If it's okay, give me a thumbs up. Good. Okay. So so the business is a car wash.
Yes.
Okay, so this is how I like prompting my AI. So I first say rewrite, okay, for GPT 5.5. Okay, rewrite this prompt for GPT 5.5. Then I now go to giving it a role. Act as a who? Car wash, act as a business consultant. As a business consultant for business startups. For business startup with 30 years of experience. With 30 years of experience, I have this business idea. I have this business idea. What? Check its viability, viability. Check its viability. Check its viability and fine tune where needed. Where needed. Suggest the marketing structure to follow, and also comment on the ROI in the first year. Comment on the estimates. The first year. So let me, if you guys are still following, give me a thumbs up. I want to open a car wash. Car wash.
Yeah.
Yes, at let's say Kileleshwa. Let's give it a real name. Kileleshwa. I want to open a car wash at Kileleshwa. Give me a step guide on how we'll achieve this. Client target Kenyans based in Nairobi. Nairobi. Okay, let's say something like that. Sindio? Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. So something like that. So we don't have a logo, we just have an idea. So, and I will get a very clean prompt written by GPT now. Act as a senior business startup consultant, experience, business planning, visibility study for small SMEs, growth in Kenya. I have the following, as you can see, Kileleshwa, business model, like that, okay? So I copy this. I go to a very favorite tool I like using called Prompt Genie. Prompt Genie is very good at writing prompts. So I want to refine this prompt to be at A level. Okay, so I'll just come and paste that prompt. And what Prompt Genie is going to do is going to give me an in-depth, well-detailed prompt that now I'm going to use it. Okay, yes, very good. So as you can see, I've gotten my prompt. Okay, it has not yet finished. Okay. Generating, okay. All right, that's finished. So, and this is the prompt I've gotten. Very detailed, even with an executive summary, viability analysis, business model refinement, as you can see, step-by-step guide. You see, it also looking at the Kenyan laws, MEMA approval and all that, props and cons and all that, POS, because you need POS, booking, SMS, booking, CRM. As you can see, this one is very detailed, very detailed. Dorcas, are you here with me? This is your idea.
Yes.
So you copy. So once we copy that, now we come back to GPT. I just hope GPT will not exhaust our Okay. Okay. And this is what we've gotten. I understand the assignment and can produce bank or investor ready visibility report, detailed. Okay, good. Now we have to help GPT by answering this question so that it can continue. Now this question is going to make GPT not to hallucinate so that it can give us the exact thing we need. Okay? Like what is our budget? You see? Now, due to interest of time, I'm not going to answer all these questions. There's how many questions? Okay, let me just answer them. Number one, which of the following? Okay, let's go with number. We are renting out a land. And then number two, startup budget. Doro, what's your startup budget?
Let's say under 500K.
500K. Or under 5?
Yeah.
Okay. So under 500. Okay. And business position model, budget high, mid market, premium, hybrid. This must be budget mid.
Budget.
Mid.
Okay.
Because the startup capital. Ownership structure, operate business yourself, hire a manager and be an investor, have a business partner. Which one do you prefer?
Let's do a business partner.
Okay. Now we have a business partner. Now that one is for number 4. Okay. Number 5, what's your goal? Single, profitable, multiple branches, build a brand, franchise later. I think we can go with number 3.
Yeah.
Franchise later. Okay. Sawa. Okay. Let's see. Now we are going, the output we are going to get is going to be based on the response we've given, okay? All right. So we've already gotten our response. Once you provide expected, I will prepare full investor ready visibility in Nairobi. Okay. Now, but this is just to give you an idea. I don't want to dive deep into responding to all these questions. Ama, you want us to continue? This fine.
I think they can say.
This is just to give you an idea how to go about it. So you write your idea, you tell GPT to structure it in a prompt, you take it to Prompt Genie, it fine-tunes it for you, then you bring it back, and then you get the output, the step-by-step and everything. Eh? Now, after that, let's say you want to design a logo. So you tell GPT, let's say now that we don't have time to start sketching and all that, based on my business idea, generate the car wash logo. This can give you a rough idea, and then if you don't like it, you can fine tune it. So as we wait for the logo based on the details we provided, for those who say the likes of Samuel, Sylvia, Dorcas, Zach, you guys mentioned you use AI. You use AI to do a few things. So how do you guys go about it? Like, which tool do you normally use quite often?
For me, I usually use the pro version of Cloud. That is especially for researching and related, especially for research.
Nice, wonderful. GPT, you use you've said you use Claude or GPT?
Cloud. I realized,
Cloud,
yeah, I was using GPT, and then due to hallucination, like I realized like GPT hallucinate more than Cloud, so I decided to shift to Cloud.
Ah, very good. Nice, wonderful. Anyone else? Osman is anauliza those people who use premium. Wonderful. So as you can see, this is what we've gotten. Perhaps you may not like this, but now it gives you an idea. So once you have an idea, you can sketch, you can sketch it down, then you describe, you can look for an image online of a car wash. Maybe you want to revamp it, you describe, and then now you come and generate. So Dorcas, this is what we got as our business logo.
I like it.
Good. And you see, if you want to go ahead now and build a website, we can now use Claude.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
It might not be totally related, but anyway. So I tend to see ChatGPT being very encouraging. I feel like sometimes it doesn't critique someone and tell you that the business idea is wrong. So am I the only one who experiences this? It's like, unless you tell it to critique, it is going to build on what you're saying, even if it's not a viable idea.
Okay. You just need, these LLMs, they operate on GIGO principle, garbage in, garbage out. So based on your prompt, your prompt will dictate the result you're going to get. So if you need it to criticize your idea, you should put it there in the prompt. But you see now the good thing about giving it a role, when you tell GPT to act as a certain person, a certain professional, you see, like this one is a business consultant for startups.
Yeah.
So it's going to confine itself as a consultant. So it will be speaking from a point of a consultant. But you can always underline that. You can put it there. You tell it to criticize the business idea. If it's not viable, to tell you. If it is viable, also to tell you. And also to give you a score based with high, medium, or low, or maybe in percentage form.
Okay.
How viable your idea is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. So yes, so at this juncture, I would love to dive into question and answers. So if you have any question regarding the session, now the platform is open. Feel free to unmute, feel free to type, but I would really appreciate if you can unmute and ask directly.
Okay, welcome everyone for this session. I think let's make it more interactive, and feel free actually to ask any question on the topic that we have covered. And also it's time for us to share more ideas. Let's utilize the period of time that we are having. We are having like around 25 minutes before we end. So let's utilize it. Osama, I think your hand is up.
Yeah,
so
I have an idea, as I typed on the chat, and I'm concerned about using AI, which is related to whatever we just talked in this session. Imagine we wanted to have a business which could help other people, let's say self-help groups, CBOs, and even startups getting funding through writing of proposal. Now, my concern is, as a business, how can you leverage on AI Because imagine even these clients which you're trying to get them, they can also use the same AI such as ChatGPT to generate a proposal for themselves. But now, how do you convince them that they should do it through you as a business? And how authentic can you stand out such that as much as utatumia AI, it won't be like anything anyone can do? Because what I've seen is that nowadays, especially when I try to apply for, let's say, scholarships or any forms of grant applications, maybe United Nations stuff, they will always criticize the use of AI in the writing of such kind of proposal. And if at all they can, if they find out that umetumia AI at any point, it's like you get disqualified. So now, how can this now new business utilize AI and then bado kuwe very authentic? That's my question.
Okay, that's a very good question, Osman. I would want us to know that anyone can answer. It is not only me and Zach. So any question, if you feel you have a good answer or you'd want to contribute, you can also respond. So let me just respond to that one. Osman, AI, you should use AI as a tool. So AI should be there to assist you, not to replace you. So, for example, the proposal I've shared, it was not AI generated. It was a proposal that we as founders, we sat down, we wrote what we want, exactly what we want. So we were just using AI as a tool to help us structure. You see, you use AI as a tool. Now, when you are applying for grants, for example, and they have highlighted there, even for those people who apply for scholarships abroad, they are very strict when you're writing your statement of purpose, SOPs, and those ACs. Like a university like Carnegie Mellon, you find that they write in bold red letters. If you use AI, we are automatically not going to, you're going to disqualify you. So what you need to do, you use AI as a tool, as an assistant. So if it is a proposal or a grant you're applying for, you sit down. If you don't have an idea how a grant, a grant proposal is written, you now tell AI to act as a person XYZ to generate the format for writing a grant and what should help you score high in that grant. Then once you see that, now you yourself, you sit down and you do it manually. So just use AI as a tool to guide you as an assistant. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I could ask my second question before I give anyone another chance. So I'm studying a course in AI for business managers.
Yes.
And we did learn something to do with what happens whenever there's a technological revolution. Three things normally happens. Or let me just say we have three layers of a technological revolution. That is the infrastructure, service, platform providers, and applications. So you talk of Kenyans who have developed AI, and you also mentioned something to do with the lack of data centers in Kenya. So my concern is, from what I learned before, is for a business to leverage on AI, it has maybe to get some subscription from these companies such as Gemini, maybe ChatGPT, OpenAI, and such, cloud maybe. But can we have an instance where someone can just have their own AI and they do not depend on the platform providers or the applications or the infrastructures? Because what happens is from the hierarchy, the infrastructure, platform providers, and the applications, if any, because it's like they have power. So if they change any dynamics, let's say if they change the price of, let's say, a certain chip for the infrastructure, such as NVIDIA company, then it affects the platform providers, it affects the applications, and at last, it also affects you as a business if it was about maybe having this premium subscription. So can we have this aspect of you having your own AI and you do not rely on either of these three layers of technological innovation, so that you work independently and you're not affected at all? Maybe what could be the cons and the pros of what I'm trying to come up with?
Very good, Osman. Zach, would you want to respond to that, or like go right ahead?
You just go right ahead.
Good. That's a very good recommendation, Osman. Now, the challenge we have in Africa, as of now, we don't have an AI infrastructure in place. But we are catching up because we've seen a lot of investments which have been done. Like there is I think it's in South Africa, they're setting up an AI data center that our data in Africa will be in Africa. Because right now, my data is maybe somewhere in Silicon Valley. You see? So in regards to data centers, there is hope, yes. There's a lot of investments towards the same. The challenge is power, the compute power and the power. That is the challenge. Now, in regards to creating your own AI that has no bias, because the current large language models are biased in a way, I think we are on a good trajectory when we look at good examples like the one I've just shared, Rafael Kamau, who he didn't have enough access to data, but he did something called web scraping. So he was able to web scrap. And when you listen at that interview at NTV, he says that his model is, I don't know, has a billion, I don't know, parameter or something, which is not that big, but also it's something. So yes, you can create, if you have the expertise, you can create your own model. The only thing you need is data. Yes. Like the languages, in regards to African languages, we have over 2,000 languages. If you can get even, let's say, a quarter data of those languages, it is very easy now to create your own AI and train the model based on that data. So the challenge we have is the data and the power. But I think the easiest one is that one of creating. The creation part is very easy, because right now we have like Claude, we have DeepSeek. These tools can help us now create those AIs. So you have your own data. For example, let's say if someone has a data that maybe is hosted at Kaggle, and you can access that data of African language at Kaggle, you can use that data to train your model. So it's a good recommendation, and I think that's where we are headed as Africa. So if anyone else has something to add on that, you can add. If there's no addition, if anyone has a different question, feel free.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening.
As I've been using AI, I think based on his question, I would say it's possible, even for you personally, to have your own AI host. You can host it either on a cloud server, or if you have a powerful machine with a good it's graphics card, RTX, NVIDIA graphics card. I think there are those free models. Maybe Paul Mbatia would know. I think there is Llama, Mistral. Some of these things you can actually put them in your own laptop, and then now you can start tweaking and designing it to suit your own whatever you want to work on. Yeah, so it's possible. Another way that I think there's this, maybe I don't know whether this was mentioned, but There's agentic AI such as Hermes, OpenCloud that you can also host on a cloud or on your laptop and use these free language models. Yeah, so well, it's not yet clear, but it's possible. The challenges Paul Mbatia said is I think the computing power. Let's say I would want to host like Llama, but my computer has just GTX NVIDIA graphics card. It's not as strong to handle the AI processes. But maybe I can host another smaller model, but those small ones tend to hallucinate a lot. So yeah, it's possible. And that's what I think the tech guys are doing. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Samuel. I think on the basis of the same, you have mentioned something like maybe doing an installation into your machine. Actually, I tried doing that in my machine using Olama. First, I think the space, it consumes a lot of space because I downloaded it. It's like almost 50 GB, something like that. And then I realized when I was trying to use it, because like when you install it, like I was using it offline basis, even if I don't like have any internet, and I can like type few prompts and I'll be able to get an answer. But again, I realized later on the problem with it is I can't able to get like the current, let's say I've asked a question and the responses that I'm getting is based only with the data that I downloaded with it. So even if I ask like the current, and then sometimes it restricts you, says like I don't have knowledge. I only have knowledge up to maybe 2022 or 2023. Then now it tells you like there's a gap, like it can't access like the current, the current data. So I think also the issue of data, like we can have all this idea, but how can we get able to get like all this data? As also Paul mentioned, like I think he mentioned the guy and here in Kenya, and then I think he was using like a 1 billion, and in fact, like we have a lot of data outside here, but now the accessibility also, like that's why all these big companies, they control like the data. The main, like also the main, the resource here is the data, because they control all this data, so they can just do anything with it. And for us now, it becomes difficult even for you to access that data. But for them, they have advantage because they have it already. So maybe let's continue. Let's go maybe for next question. We are almost ending. So anyone having a question, you feel free to raise your hand or unmute. So as also wait anyone having a question. I also having a question that when Paul was presenting, I was having something, he mentioned about the challenges and the opportunities and the challenges. And I was checking on the opportunities and the challenges. There's one of the challenges, which is the skill gap and AI literacy as one of the challenges. So the questions that I've been like asking myself, like, what can we do, especially to bridge the gap that we are in? Because we have the skill gap and AI literacy. As much as we want to help even those in doing maybe kibanda kind of business, how can they leverage about the going through AI to help them boost their businesses and all that. But now there is this problem of the skills and also the AI literacy itself. So how can we like bridge this gap? Because personally, I've been also helping GLAD as a tutor. Apart from the managerial work, I've been like teaching digital literacy and other topics. And even in my own, like we are currently working in a community here, actually here in Nakuru. And when we started GLAD, we started like teaching advanced program from web development, front end, APIs, back end, all those things. and we got a problem in which we are in a community and we are unable to pick students from the community. Reason, they didn't have any knowledge. They haven't interacted with a computer. They haven't done computer packages. So it forced us again to go back to starting offering computer package classes for them so that they can fit now to the advanced programs. And that's the problem that we are currently in, especially those in town. These people can access, let's say, the smartphones. They have the access in the internet. But when you look at those who are in the rural village, let's say Mama Mboga doesn't have a smartphone. He's having Kaduda's kind of phone. What do you think we can do? This is open question to each and everyone. What are some of the things that you see we can do to bridge this gap, especially those also in the rural areas, to be able to utilize this the AI, so that they will able to use it and boost whatever the business they're in. I think it's an open question. Everyone can, not only maybe for Paul, but any ideas that you may have, you feel free to share.
In the meantime, someone jumps in. I think I don't know whether the government should also play part, so that it can. The government should, you see, the way we have that Nyota program, the government should do something where now its goal should be empowering its citizen to be well acquainted to these AI tools, because especially the youths, because we have the issue of unemployment. If a vast majority of the youths get to learn how to use these AI tools, they can leverage on these tools to create something for themselves. It can create job opportunities for them. So I think the government should do something. And I think also we as the youth, we should also take the initiative to teach our parents. For me, I actually taught my mom. She's very spiritual woman, and she likes going to church, and she's currently doing theology. And she likes asking me questions which are Bible based. And I remember I introduced her to ChatGPT, and I told her, you can be asking ChatGPT based on this scripture, these questions you're asking me, you can actually ask ChatGPT. And then I taught her how to prompt. So I think by the end of the day, we also have an initiative. We can teach our brothers, our sisters, our aunties, and also if the government can also do something about it, that will really be a huge plus. And the organization like Glad Tech are really doing a good job. So I think if there is a way, maybe government can partner with such organizations, they receive funding to bring that awareness, it will be a huge plus. That's my take.
Thank you. So also, I think on the same, I think the initiative of the government of saying especially, I really love the part of installation of Wi-Fi even in the in the markets. These open markets and all, you find they have the Wi-Fi. I think that's what I really I was so happy when the government come up with that initiative, because last month I was in town, in Nakuru town actually. There's a big open market there where you find vegetables and all that, and I have this mama. I usually purchase items from her, and she was in TikTok, and she's marketing her usually sell vegetables, and she's marketing it there. And I say we need to do a lot of this, and I can see how many maybe people are now, because for me even I was able to get her through I was scrolling my TikTok, and then I saw her, and then I was okay, I usually go to town in Nakuru, and I just need to visit, and I inboxed her, and I was able to purchase from her, and she's a happy woman. And I think that need to be like expounded and working together. I think the government, and also the government, I don't know, maybe getting much connected, maybe those in the government especially, reaching them out. I know the majority also, they don't see maybe the importance of this, but especially for, especially, you know, we are at our age, and also the current generation that we are in, we are the one who are leading, and also it's our responsibility also to making sure like we spread this, and also those also in the government. I've been even currently in talk with many leaders, those in the role like the MCS, the MPs, like how can we bring the bridge this digital gap that we are seeing currently, because we have some areas that people don't know like if these things are existing. So you visit someone, you give a talk, and people are surprised. Are this thing real? For example, what Paul have presented today, there's someone who didn't know like, okay, these things are here, and you can use all this tool to streamline and make your work easy. So it's just a responsibility. I just like I encourage like all of us to continue spreading it, and also teaching others. So I don't know, like if any other person was having maybe a comment or maybe having other questions. We are only having like 6 minutes, and we end today's meeting. Questions, comments?
Okay.
Yeah.
So just to add on the second speaker who answered my question on whether it is possible or not. Okay, he mentioned that it is possible, and people have started working through towards it. So my question will be, is it economical to develop your own system, that your own AI, as compared to purchasing a subscription maybe from these already established companies, the AI, kama the ChatGPT, Cloud, and stuff like that?
Pardon that in a nutshell, kindly.
Okay, so I'm saying, while it is possible to have your own AI, my colleague mentioned something about you can host it on cloud servers, or even on a local server if you had like good machines. So my concern is it economical? Okay, which of the two options is like more economical? Hosting it on your own, that is you doing everything for yourself, like developing your own AI, or just purchasing a package from these established AI companies such as Cloud and Grok and stuff like that?
Samuel, Mr. Mbatia.
Yes, Mr. Mbatia.
Yes. Namesake. Kindly respond to Osman.
Okay, he's asking whether it's economical to go to the way of having your own locally hosted AIs, or whether you use LLMs. So honestly, I'm looking at for you, Bona, who is, I wasn't quite keen. Who has asked the question? Osman. Bona Osman. Okay. My take on this is, eventually, I believe that's where all of us should look to head to. If I'm looking at a future whereby, I don't know, I don't want to have to give you fears or anything, but in case we have a dystopian future whereby our data are being tracked, like if you're using LLMs, it might not be, as such safe. So eventually you may want to have your own locally hosted eventually even in your own PC AI. But for now, is it economical? I would say, even is it sustainable to have your own, or just to use what the big companies are providing for us? I would say let us at a beginner level, at this level where we are, let us just use the LLMs. And here's the catch. Let us learn about the LLMs and what they can offer us. And then they will actually help us in setting up our own local AIs. Probably we are going to have NVIDIA will come up with something that you guys know Mac Minis. Mac Minis people are using to host their OpenClaw in them, and I don't know, maybe the big tech will come up with a technology whereby you can be able to run an AI on just maybe a certain device that has enough computing power. So right now, the most economical and sustainable thing would be just to use the LLMs. But I think for the people who joined here, we can have that goal to learn how we can have our own local AIs that we can use for our own use. Let us learn. The good thing is they are the ones that are teaching us about AI is teaching us about AI. And I personally, I'm not even an AI expert. I'm just an architect student in Jomo Kenyatta University, but I'm actively learning and trying to see how maybe one day I can have my own AI. Right now, I'm using Hermes agent. I want to see whether I can clone even a Hermes agent. I'm interacting with it on my phone. It's doing stuff on my laptop. But yeah, that's the goal. Right now, I'd say let us have the vision of having eventually our own local AI models. But right now, I think the economical and sustainable and logical thing would be to just continue using the LLMs of the big tech companies in the AI field. Thank you. I'm done.
Okay. If there is no any question at this juncture, I would like to officially hand it over to Zach. It was nice having you guys on board. Asanteni sana. Feel free to follow me on LinkedIn. I've pasted my LinkedIn profile link.
Thank you so much, Mr. Paul, for the presentation. We really appreciate for the research, taking your time, and coming up with the content. And we say thank you. And also for the group, I think the notes will be shared, and we'll be also having our we'll be sharing the recording, and we'll be also when we'll be sharing the recording, we'll be attaching the notes, the slides, so you can for easy access of it. Yeah, we thank you all for joining today. I know today we had less number. We usually have like more than 20 and all that, and maybe we made some changes. Maybe we also delayed to start, and yeah, we are well invited next time. Every month we usually have these talks. It's free, so feel free to join every month. Just follow our social media, and then we'll be also updating you on the upcoming talks. And also feel free also to reach us and share some of the topics that you feel it's relevant to cover next time, and then we'll be able to review. And yeah, so for now, I also want to say like greetings from Ben Eastivols. He's our director for the executive director, is also the founder of Glad Technology. Actually, he's traveling here in Kenya. He's from California, United States, and next month he will join us, and he will be able to join us. And yeah, but otherwise, we appreciate your time, your commitment for today. Otherwise, feel free to leave at your own time, and we meet again next time. For any question, inquiry, I'm pasting my our phone number and also our email. Thank you all.